So I'll give this to you before you go. This is the
Okay.
FlowDrift software.
Mhm.
Okay, so big thing to remember about the tool is it needs to sit in one position for a few minutes before you can plug into the tool and talk to it. Because if you're moving it around, it's going to think it's trying to take a survey.
How long will it take for me to let the tool
Just
sit like
2
that?
minutes, 3 minutes, or something like that. So
Okay.
by the time you put the tool down, grab your cable, do everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not so bad now, but it's yeah. Right.
Do we
Yeah.
need to install the software into that
No.
Nope.
So you know how on a rig the company man is always employed by the oil company.
Mhm.
Okay, so this tool is the responsibility of the oil company. Okay,
Okay.
not the rig crew, not anybody else. So
Okay.
that's why this here goes to the company man, and it's up to the company man to turn the tool on and off, or he delegates somebody to turn it on and off.
Mm.
So
But it has to be done on the surface.
yeah.
Okay.
So let's just say we're all ready to go, run into the hole, everything like that.
Mhm.
Okay, so we've got this here. It's got my computer's a bit stuffed, so I might have to stuff around for a bit. But basically, you've got FlowDrift software,
Mhm.
and this is what it looks like. Okay, so you open this up. Make sure you're all plugged in, everything's all good and fine. Click Find Tool.
Yep.
This will probably come up with oh no, there we go. So you can see it's picked up the serial number of the tool.
Mhm.
So this is 5132. It's telling you right there the tool is stopped.
Mhm.
So it's not turned on at the moment, obviously. The sensor number, so that's your DNI on the inside, or your inclination tool. Firmware, and your battery voltage, which is a big one.
Okay.
Okay? Actually, if you look there, you can see 100%. So this tool's brand new.
All right.
So you just need to make sure that you're...
And every time before close to the downhole,
Yep.
it has to be 100%.
No. It can be
What is
50%.
what is the?
It can be... I think it can get down as low as 25% before. But I mean, you get two of these tools.
Okay.
Okay, so it's much like the MWD kits. You get two of everything. There's two of these. You get two laptop screens. You get two of everything. Okay, so you don't have to worry too much about
Mhm.
anything. So your client, you just need to tell them, let me know when it gets down to say 30 or 40% battery life, and then we'll go from there. And then just tell him swap this tool out with your spare, send this one back, and you just keep them in rotation. So
It's using the lithium battery.
yes, yep.
Good.
I can actually show you the inside of one shortly. Okay, so this is where you configure the tool. So 4R, 5R, or 6R float. Okay. So that's your float size.
That's depending on the pole size.
Yes, yep.
And
yep.
will you
So,
second to your
so
tool?
this here is a 5R float.
Okay.
Okay, so this here will go on a 6.5-inch collar.
Okay.
Okay, a 6R is going to go in an 8-inch collar, and a 4R float is going to go on a 4 3/4 collar, or
Okay.
somewhere close to that. Okay, so we know it's a 5R. What pulse size do we want? It's sort of going to depend on the customer, but I always just leave it on normal.
All right.
Okay.
That's the seconds one.
Sorry? That's
2
how much
seconds.
of a pressure spike you get.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, flow
And
switch.
2 seconds between the peak pressure.
Yeah, it's just going to, so let's just say this here is going to be our graph. Let's just say on small, it's going to go like that, okay?
Okay.
On normal, it might go, okay, then on large, it's going to go,
Okay.
so it's just how
I thought
big
it's
is
gonna
the
be
spike.
more details if it's small and.
No.
Alright.
So it's completely up. Like if the rig's capabilities aren't up there, like if they're flowing on the edge of what their pump limit, they're probably best to stay with a small pulse. But I've only ever set it up as normal, and it's worked fine for me every single time. So
Alright.
Okay, flow switch.
Yeah.
So this here is gonna basically be determined on if it's a coil tubing rig or if it's just an everyday conventional rig. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how much flow it picks up. So it knows when you're drilling and when you're not drilling. Okay. So all I can say to you is I know from experience, flow switch on normal is good for a conventional drilling rig.
Okay.
Sensitive is good for a coil tubing rig. Okay, so we tried it on normal on a coil tubing rig and it didn't work. The tool just didn't work. It didn't pick anything up.
Okay.
So you need it to be sensitive because with the coil tubing rigs you don't get because obviously you're not turning the drill pipe, so everything's not moving around and you don't get that vibration or anything like that. So and on a conventional rig you do. So
Okay.
connection time, quick, normal, long. I don't know why you would ever want to take a 15-minute survey because that sort of defeats the whole purpose of the tool. So I've always left it on quick and it's worked every single time.
Right.
Okay. So then down here
will it affect on your result itself? Will it affect on the result itself if you're choosing the connection time for the long one?
I don't believe so. I mean
right.
it's only measuring inclination, so I don't see why you'd ever want a 15-minute standoff time.
Okay.
I'm sure there's probably
if you're choosing the long one, it will more details on the report or
no. It's still just going to read inclination, So
okay.
I know there's obviously a reasoning behind it.
All right.
I just don't know what it is. So my recommendation 5R well depending on your valve size, but in these boxes where they come, if you're not too sure, they always come with one of these. So it'll tell you 5R flow.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay, so next is selecting your operation, what you want to do. If you want to, obviously you can't, the tool's already stopped, so it's blanked out the stop tool. So if we wanted to start the tool, we'd just go OK. If we want to read all the survey data off it, so your transducer or say somebody's come along and clipped this cable in half and you haven't got any surveys because you've had something's gone wrong up top and you haven't taken surveys. The tool will always still record the surveys. So I'll show you an older tool in a second. We can go through a test right now. I can show you a test. So so start the tool. If I wanted to start the tool, which I don't want to, I can just click OK, and then it'll come up with tool has been started, and then off you go. You're good to go. Okay. And then on the flip side of that, if you wanted to stop the tool, so let's just say I've started the tool, I've unplugged it, I've put our fin on, it's gone in the hole, it's done. You've done your thing, you've pulled out a hole. Pull the tool out, bring it back into your computer, plug it in, click find tool, and then we're going to come down here and click stop tool.
So before the tools went into the well, you need to start through the...
Start the tool, yep.
Here, okay. That's inside the stop as well?
No, you do it just like this. Exactly what we're doing right now.
After that, put it into the sub?
Yeah. So what they'll tend to do is...
so by the time when you're pushing start, it will affect on your battery as well?
Yeah, but I mean, we're getting 3 months use out of it.
Okay.
They're drilling a well every second day and they're using these tools and the battery lasts about 3 months.
All right.
So you shouldn't be too worried about battery consumption.
Okay.
So,
how long are you setting up the tools like this before the tools actually went into the hole?
Depends how much time they've got out on the rig.
Okay.
So you can set it up an hour before it goes in the hole. Yep. But I mean, it takes 30 seconds, Okay. So let's just say they're going to be making up the BHA. They come to put the float sub on.
Yep.
Okay, so they're making the float sub up. The float sub up, so the company man can be down here, go bang bang, turn the tool on. By the time he nips that up, walks up onto the floor, drop it in the sub, push it home, he's off, he's done.
Okay.
But I mean, you can start it an hour before if you really wanted to. You just have it sitting there for an hour. You know,
Okay.
have it sitting in the next to the driller or whatever, and then
Yeah.
when it comes time to make the BHA up, all he has to do is
Just ready.
drop it in, push it home.
And
I'll
put
take
it on the BHA itself. Put this to nearby the bit.
As close to the bit as
Close
you can. So usually above the motor,
Okay.
if you can. Just depends what's above it. So different companies are going to have different things.
Okay.
So Savannah, for instance, they have a motor, got a float in there, they've got another float sub, because as part of the agreement with Origin Energy, they have to run 3 floats in their VHA.
Oh.
I don't know why, but
Is that a
so
high
they'll
pressure
run,
down there?
no, they're not expected.
Oh,
It's
really?
just a safety thing. I don't know, man. So they'll
Okay.
have they've got a float in the bit. So bit, motor, another float sub, then they run our tool.
Okay.
You got to remember, like they only use this for inclination, so it's not that critical.
Yeah.
Okay, so 99% of the time, if this tool reads 12 degrees, they can't do anything about it anyway, and they're still just going to drill ahead. So it's really, they're never going to read. Well, if they're reading 12 degrees, there's something gone seriously wrong.
Yeah.
So
They need to fix it.
yeah. So we've started. Oh, okay, so we can put the tool through a test right now. So we start the cycle. So have a look in here. So we'll try and move the tool. I don't know if it's going to like it. But sorry, mate. Yeah. Is that moving a little? That's just before. I'll try and leave it sitting there for a couple of seconds. So that's just what it's read right now.
Okay.
27 degrees, probably pretty close. Battery voltage 7.2, 100% remaining life. Inclination 40 degrees. It's probably about right, really. Probably sitting on about 40 degrees. I mean, going to lift it up, one end up, left it. Yeah, go about 45 degrees. So you can read it.
Should be 90, right? Almost 90. Lying this
Oh, yeah, good point.
around maybe 100. Because if you do like 45 like this,
Oh, sorry, yeah. So this here will only read up to 40 degrees inclination before it's gonna flick over.
Maximum 40.
Yep. So if we
So the driller have to be alert if it reads 40 degrees.
Yep.
If you don't know, probably it's more than that.
That's probably still more than 40 as well. Go about there.
like this. 0.
Seems like they moved around. I might just try and start this cycle for a second. Just want to see if it's going to go through. upset if I'm moving it too much. Ah, that's why.
No, I know now, Mike. Because that one is uphold. Right?
Oh, of course, yeah, 'cause we've got
Yeah,
that
I was thinking around, Mike. Let's try like this, man. I hope it will not disconnect.
What would I do without you, Lester?
Right?
Nah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, 40.79 or whatever it was.
How about negative 40 also?
No,
No.
no, it hasn't not gonna know which way it's going.
You also sensor the temperature.
The sensor temperature, so
Okay.
not the actual downhole temperature, it'll measure its own temperature. So it'll be fairly close, but it's not really going to make much difference.
But it doesn't have any show up in the monitor.
So yeah, so I wonder, so you're sort of pretty confident how you can start the tool?
Yep.
I guess we can sort of start the tool now anyway. So, see that?